Hi everyone, happy Friday, the 6th of September, 2019. Okay, so I do want to talk about the full understanding of healing, okay? A lot of you, my clients, and thank you for your support and all of those who have called me for readings, I thank you so much. Okay, so let's talk about that because that's the question that I like to ask. You know, have you forgiven? Do you feel like you're healed? And of course, everyone thinks that they're healed, right? So how do you know if you're healed? All right, well, the first it's not an easy yes or no, okay? Let me preface it by saying that this is important. Before you answer that question, when you realize that your parents were victims of their own trauma, right? Then you'll understand, perhaps, and have more compassion that they're really not to blame. And that we are a product of the emotions that cause us pain. So first, that's why I prefaced it, because you don't know what your parents really, went through. And even if you do know that, then perhaps your healing is not because of not understanding, but maybe it's because of you realize it, but you don't and or haven't forgiven them, right? So the question then lies about, how does one know they're healed? If you haven't gone through a process of death and rebirth, if you haven't found a sense of peace in your heart, if you haven't cried, if you haven't lashed out in anger, if you haven't felt the deepest emotions that even written letters about your emotions, there are feelings by which if you don't continue to talk about it, then you're healed. If you find a semblance of peace in your heart and that you're not continuously, let's just say, doing the same patterns over and over again, then you've healed yourself. And why is it important? Well, if you haven't healed, you're just going to continue same old patterns, different face and body, right? Just the surface doesn't really matter. It's the inner core of the people we meet, the character, the integrity. That's what it's about, right? Okay. So I'm going to call this today Friday Forgiveness. Okay? And realizing that we are the byproduct. If we heal ourselves and forgive our parents and forgive us for what they did or didn't do, what they did or didn't say, you get to please try to understand that you're healing the whole ancestral line of your lineage. That's huge. Okay. Friday Forgiveness. Let's talk about what's happening for the collective. What does the universe want us to know for today, the 6th of September, 2019. And I do want to reach out and thank all my new subscribers and all my subscribers for your continued support. You guys rock. All right, let's get some wishes on the table, right? Let's party. Let's see the fruits of our labor, right? He looks a little crazy, but he's got this face of, oh my God, I can't believe all these grapes are growing and I'm making all this wine, right? He almost, in this particular, right now, the way I see it, is that he's become enlightened to the growth of his, the growth of the grapes. You know, he planted the seeds, and I think he's almost in disbelief. That's how I feel today. He's kind of like in disbelief and excited. You know, there's excitement here because he's actually making something happen. I like that. All right, well, the Queen of Wands here doesn't look very happy, right? So it looks like if you have Aries, Leo, Sag in your chart, you're not happy because this, for you want to see something happen and maybe you're not seeing it happen and you're angry and you're like, what the heck? Why am I still, why am I not happy? Why is my energy depleted? When you have this great card next to you, is it gratitude? Is it not being grateful for what you do have? I don't know. Let's keep going and seeing what this is the Queen who's like kind of dramatic. She exudes so much energy, but her strength has been depleted. She's she is. I keep saying angry. I feel like she's angry. And she's not happy that her wishes, his feminine energy, masculine, feminine, right? Feminine energy isn't getting the wishes coming true. I don't know. Let's see. Something's going on here. Yeah. The cups are empty. This energy, I keep saying she, I'm sorry. This is about the King of Wands saying, what the heck? I want this, and this is what I'm getting, right? In the middle of the night, you're exhausted. During the day, you don't see the fruits of your labor because this is the wish, but this is what's happening because we're moving this way. So the cups are being emptied out while the cups are being filled here and the cups are being emptied out here. So in essence, it's kind of a contradiction, right? But because she's reversed, because the Queen of Wands, sorry, that's the landscapers, sorry. Because the Queen of Wands is reversed, here's what I see happening versus what this Queen of Wands wants to happen. So this energy is, I want growth, I want stability, I want my wishes to come true, but I'm depleted, I'm not happy, maybe a little jealousy even, but my energy is complete, I have no more strength, right? Because why? Well, my cups are empty. I don't see where I'm going. I don't know what the next move is. I don't know where to go. So almost in question and depleted. Okay? The Queen of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sag. Not for all. That's just the energy of being tired. A lot of that's happening right now. A lot of being tired, of trying so hard. The energy, I'm feeling this as energy. okay? The energy. It takes so much energy. If you're not sleeping at night, obviously you're losing your energy. Sorry, gosh. Why does this, oh, well, it doesn't always happen. Sorry. There we go. Loss of energy. Are you kidding me? So you feel betrayed. Some wishes aren't coming true because you feel betrayed. And, you know, I don't know. I just heard the ghost of Christmas past. Oh my God, I don't know. That might mean something to someone. Like all the skeletons coming out of the closet. Yeah. Maybe some kind of reveal is coming out of the closet. And, oh, excuse me, came out of the closet. Yeah, the cups are emptied. So there was a big reveal here, right? Someone feels totally betrayed, totally backstabbed, and depletion of energy. Wow. And yesterday's reading was so crazy good. Okay, so here's the ending. The ending of the betrayal. The wishes are clearly not coming true because someone feels betrayed, right? So you're moving out of this, well, it is emotional loss for sure. It's emotional loss. It's mental exhaustion. Okay? Some of you could have lost out on a financial deal, you know, and it's just draining, you know. Some could be going through a legality of some sort, right? I don't know. I just heard putting your money where your mouth is. Ooh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Someone might not have put their money where their mouth is, or someone did say, oh, I can do this, and they can't deliver. So if this is, we have cups, we have the cups, we have the pentacles, and we have the swords, right? And this would be nice if it was reversed, but it's not, right? So what do I see? I see mental anguish, emotional drainage, and feeling like just really completely exhausted. The energy is I'm just exhausted. Chronic fatigue, stress, for sure. I mean, obviously this breeds huge stress. And maybe financial issues right here. Okay? Well, that's a lot for a Friday. Seriously. And all you want is this right here. All you want is growth, right? Natural growth, abundance, passion, excitement, fun. But instead, you have gone through something pretty traumatic, I would say. I don't know. This guy's like flying on that. It's so funny. There it is. Palace of Cups. What is that? Emotional, just drainage. It's just like, you know, don't even ask this Queen of Wands how they're feeling because they're just drained. Yeah, so here's what happened. This was upright, right? Someone is completely drained and exhausted by what they have learned, what they've heard, what they have had a betrayal. Someone's been betrayed. The gig is up. You know, someone was wearing a false persona, right? Someone's one way, but they're really the other way, right? You know, like a Jekyll and Hyde. This is like a Jekyll and Hyde for this reading, right? Okay. Here's the home, right? Here's the home. And here's the reveal. So something has been revealed within a home, within a family, regarding betrayal, regarding exhaustion, and just fatigue to the max, depressed. Oh, geez, what a Friday, right? Here's our forgiveness. So here is the core of what we were talking about. In order to get through this, obviously someone's going to need to forgive this betrayal. And no, it's not easy. It's not. I mean, we have a masculine energy, a higher self, walking away because this mother and child is leaving, right? Mother and child getting ready to leave, and someone feels like, I can't believe you're doing this. And just emotionally, like, how could you do this to me? Right? I mean, this is just like numbing of your mental anguish, just huge mental anguish within a home. How could you do this? Right? How could you do this? And, you know, here's Jekyll and Hyde. So two faces, two-faced, right? Someone is showing themselves or someone portrayed themselves in a wrongful manner, for sure. And we need to forgive that person, whoever this is relating to. But these three being reversed is grief. You know, you're grieving over, you know, look, grief, come on. There's such a sense of grief. And the universe, God is asking for you to have faith. So here's the progression, right? We're progressing into the universe. The universal energy is please forgive, please try to heal this and understand the cause of your pain, taking some responsibility for that in addition, right? You don't get the Ten of Swords if you don't get this card and this card. Let's just keep it real, right? That's what we do. You don't get these two cards if there wasn't a reason for someone to believe that someone was not portraying themselves as who they are, right? All right, so now we have to have faith and we need to forgive. Let's try to find it in our hearts to heal this, because that's the only way you're going to able to manifest your peace. That is the only way. I'm just saying. There is no other way through this grief. There's no other way than forgiving and trying to heal it. Right? And taking responsibility, I mean, right, for your part in whatever happened here. Because I was going to say, two sides to every coin. It's very funny. But apparently this was a third-party situation. So here's the betrayal. Right? Someone's getting ready to leave, obviously. Someone's getting ready to leave, right? They're taking this child and leaving, okay? And it's not, if it hasn't happened already, it's going to happen, okay? Three-party situation potentially, right? And what about? Well, an in and out third-party situation, right? Here's 3, and here's the King of Wands, who's sexy, but let's just have fun. So that's where your Ten of Swords comes in. There's your Tower, right? And the Tower. So that broke a family apart, clearly. This broke a family apart, right? Depletion. There it is, depletion. So someone was unhappy, someone was portraying themselves as another. Whoever is on the receiving end of the betrayal is going to be walking away. The energy is, this Queen of Wands is reversed, is about the energy of depletion, of chronic fatigue, stress, depression. But you, whoever's on the receiving end of this betrayal, the receiving end, you kind of knew it. You kind of knew it was coming, right? Whoever this happened to saw the signs, for sure. It was just a matter of what? Time, like we talked about yesterday. Unrequited love. There's not enough love in this situation, be it a marriage, be it a relationship, be it, well, obviously it's a relationship. It's a family relationship, right? There's just not enough love to sustain it now, because it's been, I have to use the word because I'm hearing it. It's been tainted, right? When something's been tainted, you know it's time to go. So the Tower moment either is the reveal's already happened. The forgiveness needs to happen even after all is said and done, right? So that's how we've gotten to this place where someone is like really that's not even the word, disappointed. That it's way past that. It is, I can't believe. Yeah, it's even a feeling of guilt and shame, right? For what third party situation, someone found out and someone's now leaving. And the leaving here is, this will reverse itself. And this is not, you can't look back. See? You can't look back, because this person who's leaving, their higher self is leaving also. Do you understand that? This is their higher self leaving as well. The karmic bond, the karmic contract is over. Whatever contract this family had is now over. It's been completed, and the universe is saying, now you move toward something new, right? Leaving and taking the memories with you. And it is sad. It is. It's sad, but when you have unrequited love, you can't fake that. You can only fake it so long, right? You can only fake it so long, and then it's all about, well, is it really about the love, or is it about the money? Because that's truly where, right? Maybe someone's just, right, cutting their losses and leaving. They took half, they got half. Here's 5. They got half. And the other person might have gotten more, because here's 8, right? So it's kind of like not a win-win situation, but there needs to be, this needs to have, this is all about what the intro, if you need to listen to it again, realize that this victim mode, this is an understanding not to blame your parents. You're just a byproduct of the emotions that have caused you pain all along. And your healing needs to happen through that understanding. And that is important. Right? What do they say? Don't cry over spilled milk. Well, you can't help but cry because it's sad. However, if the love was there, let's just talk about this just for a minute. If that Ace of Cups was reversed and there was love here, then the enough love to sustain what has caused the pain, then no one would be walking. But it's been tainted by the, oh gosh, tainted by the fruits of another, right? And unfortunately, it's like the norm listen to all the readers out there. It's the norm. Oh, third party cheating, this and that. It's like where now loyalty is actually the hardest thing to achieve in a relationship. Trust is the hardest thing to achieve in a relationship, be it a marriage and or just dating, for goodness sakes, right? Where's the trust? Where's the love? Maybe not just dating, the love part, but you understand my point. My point is that the trust, nowadays, everyone's cheating, right? So unfortunately, it's become the norm. And that's, how do you deal with that? And why do you think that everyone who's single is single for that reason? Because they're hanging on to the emotions that cause them this pain, have not healed from all of the remnants of the years past. We have 10 swords here. You know, we have a lot of pain here. It's not just an overnight type of thing. It's not. It's over time. This has happened over and over and over again. Because of what? Because it is now such a hard thing to find. Loyalty, trust. It's so hard to find. And that's why a good majority of us are single. And that's just the way it is. And many people who are married are suffering in silence. And I didn't mean to get so deep on a Friday, but it is Friday forgiveness, for sure. This is about forgiving your parents, forgiving yourself, and trying to establish some sort of healing so that you can move on and learn. If you're going to go through this grief, for sure, let's talk about that for a minute. If you're going to go through this grief, right? Do you think that you would do it all over again? Would you continue to hurt someone else's feelings and your own? It's a two-way when something happens like that. All parties are involved. You're involved, you know, your partner's involved, and whoever was external to this, because there were three of coins. So forgive yourself, forgive your parents. We're all victims. We're all here doing the same thing. We're trying to understand it and not blame, all right? Not blame, but understand the emotions that have caused you pain and healing so that this doesn't become cyclical. Because it will. Look around. Sacral chakra is blocked, of course, because we have shame, guilt, some in denial, unfortunately. This also breeds sex addiction, reproductive issues, poor boundaries, and fear. Oh, well, just to name a few, which I'm sorry to say, that's a lot. So patiently waiting to what? To realize this whole trauma is not your fault. Right? No one's to blame here. You can't point any fingers. You just have to try and understand it so that you can heal. And then your wishes are coming true. So the minute I said we're going to heal here, that's why healing's important, because here come the treasure box. Now you're able to what? Now you're able to have that which you've been wanting. It's fulfillment of your wishes, whatever those are. Okay? You had to go through this. Everyone does. Maybe not in the same, not staged the same, but everyone goes through death, rebirth, healing, forgiveness, and then begins anew. Here's our addiction. It looks like someone might have learned their lesson, not to ever have to go through this again. Thank goodness this is reversed. Why? Because we went toward the light. Someone has completely changed. They've learned, they've grown, they matured. They went from dark to light. They've established a sense now of, wow, I can't keep going through this over and over again because this is way too what? It's way too painful. How many times can you stab yourself in the back for the shame and the guilt of what? Doing it over and over again, right? But now someone's walking. So now someone has literally seen the light, become enlightened to their ways of being, their choices. Changing your choices allows you to get a new partnership. There's another 3 here, but this partnership is potentially something that's legit. I'm going to clarify this. Let me get another deck. Hold on. Let me just get another deck because it's Friday, forgiveness. Let me get the archangels to just give me a card on the partnership and the alliance. Is this a 3-party situation? What are the messages for this partnership and alliance? What is this? Excuse me. So, let's get to work. Let's write. Someone needs to creatively write down their thoughts in a journal, in a book, whatever. Write an article, write whatever you need to write. So some of you are going to focus on writing and getting a publisher. That's what I just heard. Archangel Gabriel is saying, make time to write down your thoughts and your experiences. And I think that it's coming in as a clarifying card. Why? Because when you write down stuff, right? When you write down whatever it is that you're writing, is it poetry? Are they lyrics? Whatever you're writing is going to free you. Because when you see it on paper, right? When you see something on paper, it changes the scope of our comprehension, right? Write it down. Partnering up means just yin and yang, now in sync, and now coming together. The Trinity is helping you with Archangel Gabriel to, they're asking you, the Archangel Gabriel is asking you to journal that which, this experience that you've gone through in whatever fashion you want. Be it, like I said, are they lyrics? Is it poetry? Is it a book? Write down this story so that you'll never forget it. Write it down. Just jot down what's happened in your life so that you can look back on this and say, geez, I am never going to do this again. There's the suffering in silence, and we're moving toward the light. Exactly. The end of deception, deceit. Right, for sure. I mean, this is the end of this portion of your life. The rest of your life begins here. Hold on, let me just put this down. Your life starts now, right? After you forgive and stop blaming yourself, because it does take two, right? It takes two to go through something that is really traumatic. Your wishes are waiting for you. Your abundance is waiting for you. Your treasures are in this here treasure box. And this is your higher self saying, come on, it's waiting for you. It's right here. And it's ripe, right? It's ripe. It's time. It's time to make what? Like I said yesterday, it's time to make new memories. Because the biggest two cards in this reading for me is that someone has matured. Someone has gone from the darkness to the light. These are the two biggest cards. And you and I both know that I always say the first card is important. Well, it is. Why? Because you will reap your rewards, wishes, and your dreams come true now that you've seen the light. It's inevitable because you let all that go. That's how the universe works. As long as you understand and realize the actual trauma of your parents, not to blame anyone for that, but to just understand it, forgive it, heal it, and move on. And if this is a byproduct of your, like if your parents, are, you know, like let's just say this is a divorce and your parents went through the same thing, right? And you're now sitting, you know, you're now on your knees saying, how did I get here? Well, you are not a byproduct. Well, I'm sorry, you are a byproduct of coming from your parents, but you are not to blame them because that's all they knew, right? They only knew what they only could do as much knowledge that they were given. And you have the knowledge from that experience to take it and either to repeat or to heal it so that this doesn't affect your life again. And by maturing and going from dark to light, it looks like you have. Okay, let's get her. Now I'm at 40. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm not going to worry about the time because the message, like I said, is really the most important thing here. Okay, let's go. And I did have a little distraction with those landscapers, so I am sorry about that. Awakening presence, absolutely. El Moria is coming in to say you have awoken to the understanding spiritual understanding and healing and truth. Of what? Of self. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Well, obviously, we don't go around in this day and age wearing a cloak of protection, but you can ask El Moria and Archangel Michael to continue protecting you. And by protecting you, that means speaking your truth and becoming your enlightened best self. Have a great weekend.